This is Atul from team K29 Academy, and in this video, I'm going to look at the question answers raised in my yesterday's session that happened. So I thought I'll take this opportunity to answer these questions. In that free class, I'll give you some context. And the reason I'm doing is because I answered lots and lots of questions, but there were a lot of many questions which were missed because of the time. So I thought I'll take this opportunity to answer those questions as well. To give you that context, there's a class that I happened on a roughly around 2 hours class, how to get a 250K job plus job dollars to 250K in AI, machine learning, data science, generative AI in less than 6 months, even as a beginner. So that's the context of that. On that this we have. So the question was, first of all, I'm a beginner. Will this work for me? And is the job placement guaranteed as well? So again, before we going for the context of this, I think some of you guys have watched this earlier pre questions. We can skip some part and maybe fast forward some of the topics that if you're already aware of that. But for just to give you some context, this is how we help is using a three-step framework to get a 250K plus job. And when I say this, people have three main challenges, and these are main challenges: not confident to apply. We take them from not being confident to super confident to apply. We take them, and once they become confident, the next problem comes is they're appearing for the interviews but not getting, or applying for the jobs but not getting interview calls. So we take from no interview call to multiple interview calls. And the third problem they get is once they start getting interview calls, they're not able to clear the interviews. So we take you from no job offer to multiple job offers. And this is what we do using this three-step framework that we have mentioned or highlighted in the free class as well. So if you want to get hold of that free class, or when I'm going to do again every couple of weeks, I run that session. So if check the link in the description below if you want to join that class or do. And the tons of results which I mentioned in this, I'm not in the free class. I'm not going to repeat that of tons and tons of guys got job, and have tons and tons of guys who got job as well as the certification. So pause at any of those things if you want to look at the results and testimonials as well. Now, as I said, so and very quickly, who am I? If you're new to this channel, my name is Atul. I've been, as I said earlier, and been in IT for more than 2.5 decades now. I've worked with some of the big clients across the globe, and I've gone from earning less than $100 a month to now in charge in excess of £1,000 a day here in the UK, and I've grown from over the period of time earning these salaries as well. So this is what I was talking about. So the first question was about, as I said, from Angeline, if you're watching this video, or anyone who has saying, I'm a beginner, will this work for me? And do you provide a job placement guarantee? So I'll explain you all those things. So first of all, if you're a beginner, yes, absolutely. We begin with very, very basic concepts. If you're a complete beginner, we go from right from cloud for beginners, because AI, machine learning, a lot of those projects are working on cloud because of the compute power and the data part that provides. So yes, we are going to give you right from, so program is built keeping beginners in mind. We go from cloud for beginners, AWS AI ML for beginners, Gen AI for beginners, MLOps for beginners, and then we go for containers, Kubernetes, which is on which a lot of these ML models are deployed and so on. So we go with beginners and we learn all these things. On top of that, we also then go for more advanced things and other tools as which we're going to cover in this. So program is very, very comprehensive. So yes, it's built for keeping beginners in mind, Angeline. Next is this a job placement guaranteed? So I provide guarantee in the sense that if you do the work, you will definitely get a job, no doubt about that. And if you don't, we have a 100% money back guarantee. We mentioned you have 60 days, which is more than enough for you to see the result, but you need to do the work. So as long as you do the work, we will guarantee the result or success, 100% guaranteed and committed by 100% money back guarantee, provided you do the work and submit that you did the work. And for that, we do, apart from technical, no doubt, we also help with interview preparation and LinkedIn. I've gone, if anyone have any questions, you can book by team, book a call with my team, so we can go and deeper onto that point. So answer to your question is yes, Angeline. Next question I get is about how long is the course, when does the class start? This question, which have been how long is the course been, I answered in my previous week. So I think 3-4 days back we had the similar class, and this question was asked again. So I recorded a video, and so I'll link that video. I think it'll be somewhere here or here, whatever, in the YouTube link. Watch that. I will link it, and it should be in the same playlist where we see. So you'll see in that around 19 minutes or so, I think 19 to 20 minutes or so, there was the same question being asked about duration. So I've covered that duration about the class. But as I said, instead of asking how long it'll take me to finish the course, you should be asking question how quickly I'll get a result. And we each person is different, so we'll be running the pace at which you are comfortable with. That's why we have a customized plan for each individual who are coming, because depending on your beginner, it will be different. If you're more advanced, it will be different, so that you get a result based on how much input you are. Typically, we give 1 year, which is more than enough for both in terms of learning, understanding, and getting a job, which is more than enough. Now, timing, all those things. Typically, the sessions happen on weekend, but we also do weekday. So I think the next question was about if there's no weekday class. We do have weekdays sessions, but then more on, if you see, this is behind the scene portal. If you look at the calendar, we have the weekday session, but weekdays mainly about resume, LinkedIn, interview prep, preparation, and we have some Python classes. So those, and during the weekday, you do more hands-on labs. So we cover that part as well. So yes. Okay, next question was when I think I've already covered Supriya, the question in Evangeline when you looked at how many months. Supriya, again, look back at the previous video which I said, but again, 1 year is more than enough. We once you come on board, there'll be onboarding call happens, and at that time we will give you the path specific to your level depending on. But you have everything opened up. There's a live interactive sessions, and there'll be also well done videos available as well. The next question was Chakravarti was saying for DBAs, which is a database administrator, which one is better? So let me go back to this plan here. And this is what I think people were asking about. This is what we shared in the class. So if there were three layers, one is AI, ML, generative AI, top layer, on the middle, which is data, and below that, there is cloud infrastructure and so on, and encompassing or looking at all of those combined, you have data ops, ML ops, and DevOps. So for if you're a database engineer, then you should be going for data track in my view. And though there is some overlap between data and you'll be building the data pipelines for machine learning, but you can do a lot of work on data. So if you are idly, you can go for idly from a database administrator, data will be much better track. And then if you want to go, as I said, there's a lot of overlap between cloud and AI/ML, especially machine learning pipeline, that will be helpful. So data should be better for you, Chakravarti. That's what I did. Went into data engineering before going to machine learning and AI, and prior to that, even cloud infrastructure as well. Next is L. You mentioned that previously last year you stated the security was the highest cloud paid position. Is this still the case, or AI ML become highest cloud position now? How to become a DevSecOps? So I think the security will be if you do. I think depending on if you do uh, AI machine learning security, which is again much higher paid job compared to a normal AI ML. But again, for in order to do the secure AI machine learning kind of a workload, you need to know AI machine learning. It's the same thing as if you're doing cloud security, you need to know the cloud to become a good security engineer on cloud, to go know cloud. And same thing is applicable here as well. If you want to secure AI machine learning kind of a workload, then you need to know AI and machine learning kind things first before you can know how to secure them. So yes, security is still highest, but provided you know the AI machine learning concept. In fact, that's why we have in the program, we do security as well, covered for both infrastructure, for data layer, and on top of that, AI machine learning level workloads as well. So how do you, security is very, very still right from um, everything related to security on AI machine learning is bundled in this program. So yes, answer is yes, still highest as well. How to become DevSec AI Ops? I think DevSecOps and ML Ops, basically security of machine learning pipelines. So again, if you go with this track where we do all of that, then we can bundle security as well. Book a call with my team. The link should be below with this, and we can do a customized plan based on your background, Al. Next is Amit, what is the fee structure? We mentioned in the free class towards end. If you stay till end, the fee structure will be there. Otherwise, book a call with my team and they will help you and walk you through. Guys is saying I don't have IT background. I'm assuming information technology is saying IT background. What tools we need to start and what is machine learning? So first, let me go back on what tools you should be doing or you should be learning. So if you see, scroll down on that session that we had, 1 second, let me go down on this. So you'll be understanding, first of all, the concepts which I said in the class as well. Um, Things like AI project lifecycle, machine learning lifecycle, the key concepts like LLMs, foundation model, vector database, tokenization, prompt engineering, embeddings, RAG, LangChain, the different methods of prompt engineering and so on. So all those things you should be knowing. And agentic AI, Copilot, all those things. And then you look at the tools like on AWS, you have SageMaker and Bedrock. And then there are predefined AI tools. Similarly, on AWS, on from Microsoft Azure, you have AI Foundry as well as ML Studio. And then there are open source MLOps tools, these ones which we said, MLflow, Kubeflow, GitHub Actions, PyCurrent, Evently, DAX Hub, DVC, container Kubernetes for deployment, and so on. So these are all the things which we cover anyway, cover in order for it to become, we cover all those things. So these are tools which we mentioned. What is machine learning? It's a big topic, but on a simple layman's term, where like Rama, I'm going to give you a description. Let me pause this and go back to the machine learning concepts. So I think to understand this machine learning, I think if you go to free community, which is k20academy.com/free community, and go to the classroom here, and inside that you go for, there's a free course about AI machine learning for beginners. In that, if you go AI versus machine learning versus deep learning versus generative AI, what are the differences between these three? And that's where you will learn and start machine learning with examples. So I think it's worth looking at that session for you or this free class. Um, Bhaskaran is saying that due to my age, I'm not getting interview calls. Um, I don't believe so because there are guys who are getting interview calls and jobs at the age of 55, 57. In fact, I have a lot of guys I know on a leadership roles who are doing. It could be that at a age, the kind of jobs you're looking are not aligned or something is off. We get tons and tons of guys who say that I'm applying but not getting interview call. And this is exactly why we prepare this whole program about we take you from not getting interview call to multiple job offers. I think if you're not, look at either your resumes are not ATS compliant, it's or your LinkedIn is not optimized, or there's something wrong with your resume. Definitely look at that, or it's not as per clients don't think you have written it properly or not aligned to the job description. So I think if you're not getting interview call, issue is not age, issue is something else. Next is there a possibility to experience person not in this area? Is there a possibility is experienced person not in this area? I'm not sure what you mean by that. If you're a database experience or database administrator, I mentioned about data tracks, so have a look at that as well. If you want to stick to data or otherwise AI machine learning, extend your knowledge of data to AI machine learning. Next is, sorry, I couldn't wait for another 1 year to find a job because above syllabus needs to almost year, right? So years. So first of all, objective is not to complete the program. As I said, objective is, of course, we will help you complete the program, but you start implementing and learning and applying for the jobs much, much quicker than that. So our program is very, very comprehensive. As I said, we want to make you expert, but in order to get a job, you need to know enough to clear the interviews, and that's where we have tons and tons of guys who got a result. And this is exactly like someone like you guys. Again, as I said, let me quickly tell Shrija. um, she started, I think, September, if I'm not wrong, and after struggling to find a job in struggling to get a job in Canada, this, and it turned out to be that decision mid-January she got a job. I think September, October, November, December, January, 4 months. Hari got it, two job offers. Okay, of tons and tons of guys here. SJ doubled her salary. Shovik got an enterprise architect role. We have tons of guys, and some guys have got very job very quickly, like Joby. Um, After struggling, he got job within a couple of weeks. He already had some knowledge about these topics. It's all about just refining his resume and LinkedIn. So yes, I think you don't need to wait for entire 1 year. This is a misconception and a lot of limiting beliefs ourselves. Yeah. Next is Divya. You mentioned no coding experience is required to take this course, given that it is also suitable for someone with prior experience. Very good question. So in the session, I mentioned about the job roles. So depending on the type of job roles, there are tons of job roles that doesn't need any coding or programming within AI machine learning. So if you look at, if you're looking especially the management layer or architect layer and engineers level, you don't need to go coding. Coding is if you're doing developing the models. So if you're a developer, then you probably might need coding. Otherwise, having enough knowledge just about what is library, what is frameworks, what kind of a machine learning frameworks and libraries, that's enough. But all these, for example, MLOps engineer doesn't need any coding requirement, programming. AI infrastructure doesn't need. Um, Developer, yes, this is where you need the coding and programming. AI consultant, not required. Business analyst, not required. Data architect, not required. Machine learning architect, not required. All of these roles doesn't require coding. It's mainly about the AI machine learning developer that needs coding or programming. Also, is it suitable for someone with prior experience? Absolutely. I transitioned myself to from other doing other roles, and tons of guys transition from other roles. So absolutely. Next is most of the course provider concentrate more on basics and extremely less on critical logics. Yeah, so I think we you should be focusing on what's required for the job. If it's critical logic, which is required, you're absolutely right. You should learning that as well. So we have extensive projects and how to implement things right from start to end. So again, uh, uh, I just don't want to just wanted to like not make it as a marketing thing, but make or highlight more about what you should be focusing on. Uh, I'm not sure which domain has zero knowledge in all. No, okay, so let me. What I meant by zero knowledge is you have to have the knowledge, but you can begin with where you don't have any, you begin with zero knowledge, and then you keep adding those things. So again, as I said, if you're a complete beginner, you come and begin with the concepts, conceptual part that we have inside the program. So you go onto the classroom and begin with the concepts, starting with basics like cloud for beginners, AI/ML for beginners, DevOps for beginners, MLOps for beginners, and so on. So you begin with beginners. Of course, you have, in order to clear the interviews, you have to have the knowledge, but you can begin with zero. That's where everyone starts from somewhere. So that's what I mean by beginning with no experience is to build the experience. You do the project and write in resume as an experience. So that's pretty much for questions. Again, I said if I missed any question, I will go back, but I think that's what pretty much my team gave me. Um, Picked up all the questions. So check the description below this video about if you want to join that another session which we might be doing in future. So look at that. Also, as I said, look at the other question answers. So I'll link it. The next about this question answer previous week or I think a couple of days back I had this session. So yeah, 4 days back we had this session. So look at this as well. And if you have any questions, there'll be also link book a call with my team and you can discuss your scenario. With that, this is Atul from Team Keton Academy. Thanks for listening and watching, and I'll be preparing more videos related to AI, machine learning, data, and cloud on this channel. So more things are coming, so stay tuned. And yeah, I'll see you. Watch this next video about the question answers which I did previous week. Yep, thank you.